from the book. So the first quote I'm going to read is from Dale Crover, the drummer of the Melvins, and he's going to be talking about Andy Wood and the band Malfunction. Dale Crover. We were at the Guerrilla Gardens, and Buzz is telling me there's this band that's going to play, Malfunction, and their bass player dresses like a chick. He's really pretty looking. He says he'll walk down the street and dudes will whistle at him. Then they realize he's a guy. As he's telling me this, I'm listening, but also watching this really cute girl in a fur coat with white pancake makeup walking to the stage. I'm watching this girl take her bass up on stage, plug in, and then go to the mic and say something, and I'm like, oh. They had really funny stage banter, them being from Olympus and playing Love Rock with Landry and Thundar on drums. They were really wild, and they had this guitar player who constantly played crazy leads, almost Eddie Van Halen style, but sometimes no rhyme or reason at all. It didn't matter if it was in Kid. And the next quote I'm going to read is from Duff McKagan, and he's going to be also talking about Andy Wood and Malfunction. Malfunction were playing some gigs on the island and started to come over to Seattle to play at the Grey Door. There was Andy with a Steinberger bass with no headstock, dressed in Kiss makeup. The Grey Door, the biggest seat there was maybe 50 people, and whenever Malfunction played, there were probably 5 or 10. But he would be on stage and point to the left. I want all of you out there, like he was playing in an arena. It instantly endeared you to the guy. And now the next quote I'm going to read is from Mark Arm. And he's going to be talking about the first time Green River played outside of Seattle. We played Detroit a couple of days before Halloween. It was the big Halloween punk rock show starring Sam Hain, which was Glenn Danzig's band right after the Misfits. I remember driving into Detroit and we're like, this is going to rule. Home with the Stooges, the MC5. We popped the Stooges tape in and we're ready for a real cool time. As we drove into Detroit, we realized that there's really no place for us to pull over. It was a bombed-out, burned-out shell of a town with these shadowy figures huddled in corners. We ended up finding a hotel that looked safe enough to us milk-toasty Seattle kids. We went to breakfast the next morning, and the waitress asked us in a thick Michigan accent, "Are you guys gay? You guys talk gay." This was an indication of how the show was going to go for us that night. Jeff had poofed up his hair and was wearing this pink tank top that said San Francisco in cursive purple lettering. And all these people in their black leather were livid. I thought we were rocking hard, rolling around on the ground and playing the shit out of our songs. But people just couldn't get past the way we looked, Jeff in particular. There was this one girl who kept spitting, yelling, "Faggot, faggot." And now Jeff picks up on the same story. At one point, I put my foot in front of her face, and her boyfriend reached around, grabbed my foot, and pulled me into the crowd. At least 3 guys jumped on my back and started pounding me. All I remember is having my bass on, face down. I could hear my bass making this growling noise. When the security guy finally came over and pulled the guys off me, everybody in the band was just standing on stage and watching me get my ass kicked. I remember being a tad disappointed by that, like, my crew just watching me get my ass kicked. And then the next quote is from Eddie Vedder. He's going to be talking about the first show that Pearl Jam ever played. The first show was interesting because we opened for I don't know who. We snuck on this bill. During the sound check, I wish we were the last band to sound check since we were the first one on, I had my eyes closed. We had only one song to play before they opened doors. I kept my eyes closed and sang the song. I don't know if it was Release or Even Flow. The club's empty. I sing the song, I open my eyes right as the last bit of music is playing, and the club's half full. They had opened doors. It's kind of an interesting analogy of just what it was being ushered into Seattle and the kind of interest Stone and Jeff already had in their group, and me getting to share in that. After years of playing to 10 or 15 people that you had to coax and call to get the show up, it was interesting to start a song with your eyes closed, wake up, and there was a crowd. It wasn't lost on me. Having a crowd was a new experience. After the show, I was getting some positive reinforcement from a few folks that I knew were part of the family and scene. Chris Cornell coming up to me, and he just happened to be standing under a black light. He was talking to me, and his eyes and his teeth were glowing. He absolutely looked like Satan. He was saying he thought it was great, and he was happy for Jeff and Stone. Andy was a friend of his, and this felt like a good thing. To hear it from Chris, especially from his connection with Andy, but to hear it from Satan at the same time, it left a really strong impression. And then the last thing I will read, just find it, is from Kim Thile from Soundgarden. He's going to be talking about the Soundgarden first form. This would have been maybe the second or third time he played with Hero and Chris. Hero and Chris started calling me over the next couple of weeks. "Dude, let's go and jam again next week." "I can't, I've got to work." And they would call again the next day. It was weird because they seemed really eager. Hero was calling a lot, and even Chris called a couple of times. Then I started feeling pressured. "Well, man, I've got all this stuff going on. I think maybe in a couple of days I can come by. And Hero started getting mad. I guess he told Chris, you know, forget him. He's kind of flaky. It's hard to motivate him to do stuff. Eventually he confronted me. I thought it was weird. He was acting like a jealous girlfriend. Are you my boyfriend or not? I was like, yeah, I liked what we did. I liked it a lot, but I'm really busy, man. I've got stuff to do. So I came by and jammed again, and this time maybe came up with one song idea. They wanted me to commit. I was able to practice with them 3 nights a week eventually. I lost my job because I was spread too thin. Now I had no money, but I was able to go rehearse with these jerks. And those are all the quotes.